Hello there. Today I'll be covering with you all Dharma and Danda by Kautilya. It's the first unit of the NEP's new prescribed syllabus. It covers the general elective as well as the political honors student syllabus. So, what I'll be doing is taking up two questions from this unit that covers up entirely this unit. It's in a very concise form, and I have written it in an question answer form so that it covers your unit as well as it's easy to learn form. It's in an easy to learn form. So, let's begin without wasting any further time. So, the most important features of Dandaniti as propounded is basically proposed, you can understand by that, in Arthashastra. So, Dandaniti in Kautilya's Arthashastra, so you need to begin by introduction. So, I want you all to write introduction as well as underline it, and don't be in a like sense like I have to use black pen, blue pen. You don't have that much time. So, basically, just pick up one pen. I'll say go ahead with blue pen and keep underlining freehand. It's not, you don't require any scale or something like that. Kautilya, also known as Chanakya or Vishnugupta, was a prominent political theorist, economist, and strategist in ancient India. He served as the chief advisor to Chandragupta Maurya, the founder of the Mauryan Empire. Just focus on the keywords. You don't need to mug it up. You need to remember his two names, Chanakya and Vishnugupta. He was a political theorist, economist, strategist in ancient India. He served as a chief advisor to Chandragupta Maurya, the founder of the Mauryan Empire. He had authored Arthashastra. It's a seminal text on governance, statecraft, and economics. Among the key elements of Kautilya's Arthashastra is the Dandaniti or the policy of punishment, which provides a framework for ensuring law, order, and justice in society. So basically, it's his book Arthashastra that provides us a framework for these particular things. You need to remember number one is law, number two is order, and number three is justice. Remember that these are key words, right? Kautilya's Dandaniti is rooted in the belief that a stable state requires a balance between ethical governance, that is dharma, and the strict enforcement of laws, danda. तो इसके keywords यहाँ धर्म और दंड ही हैं, right? It emphasizes that punishment is a critical tool for maintaining order, ensuring justice, and safeguarding the state. बार बार ये लॉ ऑर्डर जैसे वर्ड्स यूज होंगे एग्जाम में आई वुड से अंडरलाइन दीज पॉइंट्स नो वन विल रीड योर फुल आंसर्स no one is a fool that they'll skip it all. They'll look for keywords, and I would say if you underline them, you'll score really, really well. Okay, moving on. In this context, Kautilya viewed punishment not just as means to deter crime, but as a moral and political necessity for effective governance. सो बेसिकली अभी तक हमें केवल इतना बताया गया है कौटिल्य की जो दंड नीति थी उसके केवल दो प्रिंसिपल्स थे. एक एथिकल गवर्नेंस जो यहाँ यूज किया गया टर्म उस पे बेस्ड था, धर्म था और दंड था. इसमें जो पनिशमेंट को है उसको इट्स नॉट जस्ट इट्स नॉट जस्ट अ पनिशमेंट, इट्स नॉट टेकन पनिशमेंट एज अ क्राइम की क्राइम के लिए. इट्स अ टूल फॉर मेंटेनिंग ऑर्डर एज वेल एज just ensuring justice to everyone and safeguarding the state. ठीक है, it's not just to deter मतलब to stop, it's not just to stop the crime, but it's also to maintain an effective governance, right? What are the further features of Dandaniti? So the role of king in Dandaniti. King का क्या रोल है? कौटिल्य places the king at the center of governance. किसी भी governance का center king को माना गया है by Kautilya. And why so? Because he believed that ruler is the ultimate authority responsible for maintaining law and order. King must be just. Just यानी निष्पक्ष होना चाहिए, फेयर होना चाहिए एंड इम्पार्शियल होना चाहिए while administrating punishment. बिकॉज अगर एक किसी भी गवर्नेंस का इवन इफ वी सी इन टूडेज कंटेक्स्ट, अगर वी फाइंड दैट प्राइम मिनिस्टर और एनी मिनिस्टर इज करप्टेड, वी विल सी कि अल्टीमेटली द पीपल, द प्रजा विल फॉलो हिम, and so will the praja be as their king is. So he placed the king at the center of governance, and He believes that he must be just, fair, and impartial while he gives punishment, whether it's his king's favorite person or his relative or any normal person. The punishment must be equalized for everyone. Cordelia warned against tyranny and suggested that punishment should not be excessive or arbitrary. He didn't want कि एक राजा एक Hitler, like a tyranny he becomes. He wanted it to be not to be very excessive or very arbitrary. He wanted someone who is just in everything. He a ruler who misuses danda, yani who makes the punishment excessive, risks alienating the people and destabilizing the kingdom. What he means by this is that अगर एक रूलर बहुत ज़्यादा स्ट्रिक्ट पनिशमेंट रख देगा तो उसका जो किंगडम है वो हट डिस्टेबलाइज मतलब टूटने लगेगा. एलिनेट मतलब होता है एलियन वर्ड से आया है बेसिकली. एलिनेट है इसका मतलब है जैसे एलियंस को हम कैसे बोलते हैं अपने से अलग मानते हैं ना, तो ऐसे ही राजा अलग हो जाएगा प्रजा से. Conversely, a ruler whose lenient risk encouraging disorder and crime. Thus, the king must strike a balance in applying danda. So he believed कि दंड देते हुए हमेशा एक बैलेंस जरूरी है. राइट, मूविंग ऑन फर्दर, I hope it's being very very clear to you all, right? So the purpose of Dandaniti. What is the purpose of Dandaniti? The primary purpose of Dandaniti is to uphold Dharma. So this is the keyword. कि Dandaniti क्यों establish की गई? It's not just to deter crime, not to stop crime, but also it is for that, but it's also for upholding Dharma. That is justice and righteousness. Okay? By deterring criminal behavior and ensuring that individuals follow societal norms. Kautilya considered Danda essential for number one. Okay, so in political science, you don't have to put these points. Okay, this is just for explaining you very well. Okay, so you need to make it like not in points, not in bullets, just you can make a box like this structure, right? Like this, for example. Don't make it points because numbers may be deducted if your teachers are strict, right? Now, sorry, preserving law and order. Now, ensuring that people respect laws and abide by them, right? It is Kautilya considered done essential for what all, right? Preserving law and order, that people respect laws and abide by them. अगर मैं बोलूँ कि तुम ये काम मत करो, you may not do it, you may do it, but I said ये काम करोगे तो मैं फाइन लगाऊंगी, तो 90% of you would be encouraged कि ये काम नहीं करना. 10% वही होंगे जो बहुत ही क्या बोलते हैं extrovert kind of and they are like very rebellious. Okay, so deterring crime, to stop crime rates, right? Preventing individuals from committing offenses by instilling fear of punishment. Maintaining social harmony, addressing disputes and ensuring fairness to prevent unrest. ठीक है, सोसाइटी में एक हार्मनी मेंटेन करने के लिए. ठीक है, दीज पॉइंट्स आई एम अगेन राइटिंग टू मेक यू रिमेंबर. ये पहला लॉ एंड ऑर्डर है, डिटरिंग क्राइम है, एग्जाम में पॉइंट्स मत लिखना. राइट, maintaining social harmony, addressing disputes and ensuring fairness, right? What else? Protecting the state. He's safeguarding the kingdom from internal, external threats to strict law enforcement. What are the types of punishment he gave? ठीक है, this was कि उसने क्यों दंड नीति, ये क्या था कि क्यों उसने दंड नीति. I'm sorry for the writing that is occurring right now. Just get it. ठीक है, कि उसने दंड नीति क्यों की थी? प्रोटेक्ट करने के लिए स्टेट एंड ऑल. ठीक है, दीज पॉइंट्स अब यू नीड टू रिमेंबर द की वर्ड्स, बाकी तुम इलैबोरेट कर लोगे. राइट, व्हाट आर द टाइप्स ऑफ पनिशमेंट दैट ही गेव? Kautilya classified punishments into different categories based on severity of crime and its impact on society. First punishment थी fine and monetary penalties for minor offenses like theft. They were required to pay taxes, extra taxes, and monetary is basically money related, right? Corporal punishment. What corporal stands for? Any physical harm or betrayal of trust. Okay. For example, there were long exiles also that were practiced. Okay. That was a threat to social order but did not warrant execution. What do they mean basically is कि exile होता है जैसे एक किंगडम से अगर हम किसी को निष्कासित कर देते हैं, निकाल देते हैं, उसको एक्साइल बोलते हैं. लाइक राम जी वेंट ऑन एन एक्साइल, राइट? सो he also made sure that if people are possessing any threat to the social order, they are thrown out of the kingdom, right? They were also capital punishment. What were capital punishments? For the most serious crimes such as treason, murder or espionage. Treason as in धोखा वगैरह, murder वगैरह है, so they were capital punishment. These were the most serious ones, right? Okay, so I hope it's making a little bit sense to you. Once you read it, reread it, you'll remember it very clearly. So each punishment, it was designed to match the gravity of offense, ensuring proportionality and fairness. ठीक है, हर पनिशमेंट जो डिज़ाइन हुई थी वो ग्रेविटी ऑफ ऑफेंस, यानी अगर सीरियस क्राइम है, अगर क्राइम ज़्यादा है पनिशमेंट ज़्यादा है, अगर क्राइम कम है पनिशमेंट कम है. इट्स लाइक वाइज, राइट? इक्वालिटी बिफोर लॉ, आई हैव टोल्ड यू ऑलरेडी कि कॉन्सेप्ट ऑफ इक्वालिटी थी. देर इज नो इंडिविजुअल रिगार्डलेस ऑफ सोशल स्टेटस पोजिशन दैट शुड बी exempted from punishment. If they commit a crime, the Arthashastra outlines that the same law should apply to everyone, from the king, even the king, to the common citizen. This feature of Dandaniti demonstrates Kautilya's commitment to justice. Very important point, that he maintained equality before law. Now, the next point is preventive aspects of Dandaniti. Dandaniti is not limited to reactive measures but also includes preventive measures. Matlab, he believed, Kautilya was so wise a ruler that he believed we should not just prevent crime through proper, ठीक है, a ruler should properly, he should कि ऐसा नहीं कि मर्डर होने के बाद सजा दे रहे हैं, मर्डर होने से पहले ही रोक दिया जाए, ऐसा क्या करा जाए. तो ही फोकस्ड ऑन प्रिवेंटिंग द क्राइम थ्रू प्रॉपर गवर्नेंस, एजुकेशन एज वेल एज द वेलफेयर पॉलिसी. मतलब ही प्रोवाइडेड हिज कॉमन सिटीजनशिप, whatever राज्य that falled under him, he provided them common education, welfare, and welfare policies were implemented. ठीक है. By addressing the roots of crime, such as poverty, injustice, and social inequality, the ruler can minimize the need for harsh punishments, right? So, by maintaining these things, ठीक है, कि क्या रूट क्रॉस है क्राइम का, पोवर्टी है, इनजस्टिस है, सोशल इनइक्वालिटी है. कोई किसी का मर्डर ऐसे ही नहीं कर देता है, किसी घर ऐसी चोरी नहीं करेगा. तो जब पता चल रहा है कि मैं गरीब हूँ, तो पोवर्टी जैसे इश्यूज, इनजस्टिस जैसे इशू, कि उसको तो इतना राजा पैसा दे रहा है सेम जॉब के लिए, मेरे को इतना दे रहा है, ठीक है, सोशल इनइक्वालिटी जैसे स्टेटस, जब ये एड्रेस हो जाएंगे तो क्राइम अल्टीमेटली कम हो जाएंगे. ओके. तो use coming to next point, use of espionage in Dandaniti. Kautilya advocate the use of espionage to maintain law and order. Espionage basically it comes from word spy, ठीक है. तो ही मेड श्योर कि जो स्पाइज हैं वो देख रहे हैं क्रिमिनल एक्टिविटीज, दे आर मॉनिटरिंग, यानी वो सीक्रेटली विजन, दे आर लुकिंग एट द एम्पायर सीक्रेटली विद अ सीक्रेट आई, एंड दे आर gathering the intelligence or the information about the potential threats that may be to the state. Okay, right? This information enabled the ruler to take preventive, यानी पहले से pre, you get this word, preemptive actions against criminal and maintain a peaceful society, right? Okay, so proportionality in punishment. A key feature of Dandaniti is the principle of proportionality. Kautilya emphasized that the punishment should fit the crime, neither exceeding nor falling short of what is appropriate. For instance, minor crimes should be punished with fines, while major offenses may warrant imprisonment. I told you already about the proportionality thing, right? This principle ensured that the punishment was just and earning the respect and trust of people. It's not that everything is same, right? Punishment should definitely follow in the proportionality, right? So, economic implications of Dandaniti. Kautilya also declared the economic aspects of Dandaniti. He believed that fines and penalties should serve as a source of revenue for the state, while also discouraging economic offenses like tax evasion or corruption. ठीक है? The economic aspect of Dandaniti were keep fines and penalties would be serving as a source of revenue, while also discouraging economic offenses like tax evasion, like tax. Obviously, some people sorry, some people took taxes, right? तो टैक्स इवेजन यानी क्या होता था कि किंग तो लेने नहीं आ रहा टैक्स, कोई सूबेदार या समवन इज टेकिंग ऑन हिज बिहाफ. Sometimes there were officials who used to do corruption here and they used to take extra taxes. So he wanted कि ऐसा ना हो कि टैक्स में कोई करप्शन हो. He emphasized very strict measures against officials who abuse their power, thereby ensuring transparency as well as accountability in administration. Right? Moral foundation of Dandaniti. While Dandaniti is often seen as pragmatic stands for morality or moral, right? So it is often seen as moral. It also has a pragmatic, practical. Okay, it's practical, right? I'm sorry. So it's like practical. Okay? Dandaniti is often seen as practical. It also has moral foundation. Kautilya viewed punishment as a way to guide individuals towards righteousness. He argued that punishment serves to correct wrongdoers and reinforce moral behavior in society. This dual focuses on deterrence and moral reform makes Dandaniti unique. ठीक है. दंड नीति को ऑफन हम प्रैक्टिकल मानते हैं. It also has some moral foundation. ठीक है. He thought that कि दंड नीति will ensure like every citizen has some humanity and morality left in him, and he believes कि दंड नीति के ध्यान में रखे कि people will have that fear कि we don't have to do anything wrong else we'll get punished, right? Till now, I've covered 9 points. If you even remember 7, 8 of them, your answers would be fabulous. I'm giving you extra points so that even if you forget one or two, you'll be good to go. I'm sorry, this is making some glitches today. Okay, relation between Danda and Dharma. Kautilya linked Danda, that is punishment, with Dharma, that is justice. He believed that Dand was an instrument to uphold Dharma. Without Dand, Dharma would lose its meaning, right? दंड के बिना धर्म का कोई अर्थ नहीं रहेगा, as there would be no enforcement of ethical conduct, ethics, right? Conversely, dand without dharma would result in tyranny and chaos. ठीक है. दंड दंड होगा और धर्म नहीं होगा तब भी टायरनी यानी हिटलर वाली गिरी हो. ठीक है. एंड chaos, डिक्टेटरशिप आ जाएगी. chaos is basically confusion. This interconnectedness underscores the importance of balancing justice with punishment, right? Now, what is the relevance of Dandaniti in modern governance? Kautilya's Dandaniti remains relevant in modern political systems. It highlights the need for law enforcement and justice and as well as accountability. Now, modern legal systems echo the ideas of proportional punishment, equality before the law, and preventive measures to curb crime. Additionally, Kautilya's emphasis on good governance and transparency is a timeless principle that continues to guide policymakers. ठीक है. आज भी मॉडर्न सोसाइटी में, मॉडर्न पॉलिटिकल सिस्टम में ये हाईलाइट करता है द नीड फॉर लॉ एनफोर्समेंट, कि लॉ बनाने ही ज़रूरी नहीं है, लॉ को एनफोर्स करना यानी लॉ को प्रैक्टिकली प्रैग्मेटिकली एनफोर्स करना सोसाइटी में इज़ वेरी वेरी क्रूशियल, राइट? नाउ we come to the conclusion of the answer. The conclusion states that, just a sec, sorry. The conclusion states that Kautilya's Dandaniti is a comprehensive framework for governance focusing on the balance between justice and punishment. By emphasizing proportionality, these are the keywords, fairness, as well as the preventive measures, underline them, right? Kautilya provided a pragmatic yet morally grounded approach to law enforcement. I'm using a little bit higher vocab so that your answers are looking good when professors or any exam, whoever checks your exam reviews them, right? His ideas on equality before the law and role of ruler maintaining justice remain valuable lessons for modern governance. Ultimately, Dandaniti reflects Kautilya's vision of a stable and just society, where Danda serves not only as a tool for punishment but also an instrument to uphold dharma and ensure the welfare of people. Right? With this, we come to the end of our first question. I will see you in the second video with the second question of this very unit. I'm making it short and crisp so that you can first go through the first question itself and then we'll move on to the second question or the second part of this unit. Thank you so much for coming here. Stay subscribed, and I wish you all the very best for your examination.